Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, guys. This is GEAUX Stros coming at you from Hiroshima, Japan. I am calling Game 2 of the Kansas City Royals at the Houston Astros, August 30th. I almost said 31st. For me, it is the 31st. For anyone in the U.S., it is the 30th. 2024. Framber Valdez is on the mound to face off with Seth Lugo. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, thank you so much for being here. Go Astros. Hey, it's nice to see you. I got started a little early today because I figured, why not? I had myself some dry toast with nothing on it. No butter, no jelly, no jam, no nothing. Let's see here. I think I can go ahead and pause the music. I've got some music going in the background here. It's some nice calm music that I like to play at the beginning before the game. Before we actually get started. But now, it's all good. Also can go ahead and take the graphic off the screen. I am on the screen, and for those of you who've seen me recently, you'll probably notice that I appear somewhat different right now. That's because yesterday I finally decided to shave off my bare face. I've got to turn in some pictures for my new updated residence card here in Japan, and I decided that I didn't want the Santa Claus picture on my card. So I decided to shave off everything on my face. So I've got this is what I call the Altuve look, where when I shave everything off, I look much younger. That's what everyone says. They say that I have a baby face, and I think that's the same as Jose Altuve. Whenever he shaves, he looks like a kid again. Whew. I also grabbed myself a nanner. A banana. I'll be finishing this off before the game starts. I'm not going to be smacking and making a lot of noise into the mic, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I'll finish it before we get to the game. I've got my mic turned up so that you guys don't hear my smacking sounds. Seth Lugo. Daniel, I haven't checked out your channel yet, but I want to check it and see what you have on there. Very cool, man. It looks like you've got almost 7K subscribers. Congrats. It's pretty cool. Have you got anything uploaded recently? Oh, yeah. Dylan Volpe. Stanton. Belly. Looks like you've got a lot of clips, a lot of short clips. Pretty cool. I'm glad to see you're almost at 7,000 subscribers. That's great. If I had 7,000, I'd be set. I don't need too many subscribers for this channel, but I think if I could get it to 10,000 subscribers, I'd be really, really happy. With 10,000 subscribers, I'd be able to commit to doing it full time. The only other thing that I really want to do with my life is make movies. I like to write stories and make movies, but... Sorry about that. I had my mic still turned up. I really like to write stories and tell those and turn those into films. But my imagination feels stifled when I have to consider the cost and the ability to get people together to make some of the stories that I come up with. This game is supposed to be starting in about 15 minutes, so we have plenty of time. That's enough time for me to give you guys an update on a few things. They had an interview with Kyle Tucker earlier, and he mentioned something about maybe being able to get into the game by the Reds or just after the Reds series. And for those of you who don't know, that's the next series that the Astros have. That's starting on September 2nd. It's just a few days away. So according to Kyle Tucker himself, there's a chance that we might see him either in or just after that series. So either in the Red series or with the Diamondbacks. It's possible. Fingers crossed. He said that he has been doing some workout on the field. He's been shagging some fly balls and doing stuff like that. Just doing some basic outfield work. See how he feels. But he wants to make sure he doesn't injure his body by coming back too soon. That's understandable. But I still think it's weird that he's been out for so long, and we've never really been given a fair explanation of his condition or what the problem was. That's my perspective on it. But the Cincinnati series is just a few days away, and heck, the Arizona series is just barely a week away. We could see Kyle Tucker return within the next 7 or 8 days, guys. So that's a good update. About today's game, I'll give you a little bit of info about today's game. First pitch is supposed to be thrown in about 13 minutes. For me, it's 9:10 in the morning here in Japan. Astros are predicted by the matchup predictor on ESPN to win this game. Basically 57% chance to win this game. Let's do a quick comparison of the pitchers. Very similar, Seth Lugo and Framber Valdez, it looks like, with Lugo being 14-8, Framber being 13-6. Lugo has Fromber beat just by a little bit on the ERA, 3.19 versus 3.27. Lugo has also pitched a lot more innings, 172 to Fromber's 143. 150 hits he's given up, 146 strikeouts. He's almost even with strikeouts and hits. 43 walks and 14 home runs. Fromber has given up 120 hits, has 139 strikeouts. So it's one thing that we see here is that Fromber actually has a much higher percentage of strikeouts than Lugo does. But Fromber has given up significantly more walks, even though Fromber has pitched roughly 30 innings less than Lugo. He actually has one more walk given than Lugo. So while Lugo is not quite as good at strikeouts as Fromber, he seems to give up, and he gives up more hits than Fromber. He doesn't give up nearly as many walks. So it looks like the Astros overall are going to either have to hit the ball or get a walk. Otherwise, they're not going to do too much. He doesn't give up too many home runs, it looks like. In order to avoid those strikeouts, they're going to have to hit the ball. But yeah, I don't know if the Astros are patient today. We might see a few walks. We'll see. Got about 4 people joining right now. Game won't start for about another 10 minutes. I'm just giving some updates about some random things. Let's take a quick look at the Astros injury report. A couple of these names I'm not really familiar with, such as Penn Murphy, Jaden Murray, and Jairo Solis. I don't really know these names, but Penn Murphy is a right-handed pitcher. He's on a 60-day injured list. Jaden Murray is on a 60-day injured list, and Solis is also on a 7-day injured list. Alex Bregman appears to be on a day-to-day right now. I imagine that's because he got hit in the head with the baseball. For those of you who did not see that, maybe I can show that to you right now, actually. Here it is right here. I think you can see that okay. Let me take a look on the screen here. Make sure that that's... Yeah, you can see that just fine. This is a highlight of... now, Jordan, at this at-bat, hits a home run. One of his 3 home runs against the Phillies. And while they're still showing the home run of Alvarez, Alex Bregman gets thumped on the head, and when they show the replay, you can really see the... Let's go back a little bit. Right on the head. Luckily for that helmet, he didn't take too much damage there. That's crazy. I would imagine that's why Bregman is on the day-to-day injured list right now. Go back to my live here. The game yesterday, We can do a quick recap of that. Hunter Brown had an excellent 6 2/3 innings. Whenever it got to the near end of the 7th, he had 2 runners on. They decided to go ahead and pull him out, put in Brian Abreu. That didn't work out so well, but let's take a look at the scoring. Not much happened in this game for several innings. Hunter Brown doing his thing. Bregman got thrown out of the game for this right here. Why? Because the umpire was calling terrible pitches that were outside the zone. He was calling them strikes, and he knew he was. Bregman mentioned it, and he got tossed. Maybe that's what really got his head to hurting. It wasn't getting hit on the head with the ball. It was the umpire making bad calls. All right, there's Singleton's double right down the third base line. That set up Jason Hayward, who came to the plate. Got a beautiful double right down the line. Scored the Astros' first 2 runs of the game. Welcome to Houston, Jason Hayward. Of course, in the 6th inning, nothing doing for the Astros, but because of a couple of mistakes, Pena's error here, letting guys on base. They shouldn't be on base. That could have been the, I think that could have been the 3rd out of the inning. And then Hunter Brown walks a guy. So with 2 runners on, Espada decides to come out here and pull Hunter Brown out of the game. And I feel that Hunter Brown wasn't happy about that. I think that he could have stayed in and just grounded out. But Abreu comes in, loads up the bases. Whitcomb is not able to handle the ball here cleanly, and that will set it up for a guy who's batting .227 for the year, .227 batting average. And what does he do? Oh, he's going to double, of course. Opposite field double all the way down to the wall. Base clearing. Astros lose the lead. This is looking pretty grim. But guess what? The Astros luckily are not dead yet as they come back. And this play right here was really crazy. Yainer Diaz is at the plate. He's got runners on first and second. And this is what happens. Take a look at this. He taps it to the pitcher. It hits him on the hand. Pitcher tries to throw it to first. The glove of the first baseman hits Diaz as he's getting to first. So the pitcher and the first baseman both get injured on the play. They both have to come out of the game. That's pretty crazy. Diaz advances to second, and both runners score. Or, I'm sorry, one of those runners score. That ties up the game. We've got runners on second and third. Brings up DeCenzo, and he gets well, they actually skipped some highlights there. Before DeCenzo, we had another guy get on base, loaded up the bases, and DeCenzo got a walk. It drove in the lead run for the Astros, so they reclaimed the lead. Dubon comes up to bat, gets a nice hit out to left field. Very timely hit, drives in 2 runs. Astros up by 3, just like that. And that's essentially how the game would end right there. That was it. 6-3 Astros. That was yesterday's game 1. Hope you enjoyed that recap. Pam, welcome back. It's nice to see you. Always nice to see the familiar faces coming back. I just decided to do a little quick recap of game 1 yesterday to let you guys know, guys and gals, how it went for the Astros against the Royals at home. A nice decisive win. They had the lead, gave it up because of Abreu again. But this time, the Astros were able to answer with their bats. Also, Ryan Presley came in. His first game back for the Astros since being on the injury list. He had a nice solid inning. He had a guy get on base, but they got the double play and got out of the inning, no problems. Hader came in and shut down the Royals in the ninth. Astros won 6-3. Framber Valdez is on the mound, of course, today for the Stros, so I'm looking for them to have a good game. Framber at home. It looked like he was in a good mood when they showed some clips of him earlier. So it's looking pretty good today, I think. Got about 15 people watching in, or listening and watching right now. Thank you for being here. I did take the time to shave yesterday. I think it took me 30 minutes because I didn't have the cable to my electric razor. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but during the winter, I actually stayed in my van. I bought an old house in Japan, and it is more than an hour from my school. And I didn't really have the money or the ability to get a place near the school or rent a place near the school. And driving every day is just too much time and money. So I decided instead to park my van at the roadside station. It's a really large area. It's like a rest area, basically. You can park there overnight for free. They have bathrooms nearby. And I have a minivan, or mid-size van, rather. So I just decided to build myself a bed. And inside there, I slept while I was going to school from January until basically the end of March, maybe April, I think. It was pretty chilly. Pam says September 14th, the parents are supposed to be in to repair the roof, so no more wet fans. Well, that's great. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. It sucks when there's a roof over your head and you're still getting wet. That really sucks. Now you pay for the seats. Maybe they should give those seats away free until they repair. They should give just those wet seats away for free. Listen, if you're willing to sit there, and you can have those seats for free. Okay, guys, it looks like we're ready to start the first inning. Framber Valdez has finished warming up on the mound. Michael Garcia for the Royals. He's coming up to the plate. Bobby Witt Jr. on deck. Salvador Perez in the hole. Valdez is up on the rubber. Astros wearing their bright orange today, looking all cool and fresh. Here comes the first pitch from Framber. Fastball right in the top of the zone. Called a ball, but that one was pretty close. Comes the next pitch from Framber. That one's right in there, 95 miles an hour. Fouled away for strike one. It says the play-by-play data is not currently available for this game on Yahoo, but never fear, I'm giving it to you live. 1-1 is a count. Here comes the pitch to Garcia. Garcia taps it up the middle. Pena runs over, gets it, tosses it to first, no problem. Garcia's a fast runner. Pena didn't fool around on that one. He threw it over to first as quickly as he could to get the out. One away in the first inning. Framber with a ground ball continues to be a major league leader in ground balls. I believe that right now Framber is either tied or in first place for most double play ground balls. He's now facing Bobby Witt Jr. First pitch is in there for strike one, 94 miles an hour, top of the zone. Witt couldn't do anything yesterday. He was like over 4, I think. Here comes the next pitch to Witt. High fastball, hits it high in the right field. It should be an easy play for Jason Hayward. He's under it. Out number 2. Hayward playing right field for the Stros today. Nice to see him out there. Ben Gamel in left, Jake Myers in center. Yordan Alvarez probably going to be DHing today. He is exactly the way I want it, guys. Here comes the first pitch to Salvador Perez. Ooh, strike 1 right in there on the inside corner. Beautiful pitch. Oh, 0-1 is the count with 2 outs, no runners on. Here comes a pitch from Fromber. Inside, check swing. Did he get him to go around? They say he didn't. Man, that was close. Ball 1. Man, that was really close. He went around. I say he went around. It was close. It was really close. Next one is hit hard. Wow, he hit that really hard, but foul. Just about 15 feet foul, close to the wall out in left field. One ball, 2 strikes against Perez. Fromber trying to get out of this inning with less than 10 pitches. This will be his 9th. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got the strikeout. At 9 pitches, the inning is over. First inning, 3 up and 3 down for Fromber. Fromber looking good right off the bat. Man, I really, really hate this stupid MLB video player. Whenever it changes from the game to a commercial, the controls suddenly shift. I always mute it when it goes to the commercials because the commercials are so obnoxiously loud and distracting. But as soon as I go to click on mute, it changes location with the volume control. So it makes the volume go up. It does the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do. That's happened so many times. It's such a stupid setup. Why don't they just keep the audio controls in the exact same spot? It's a programming mistake. Pam says, that's the shirt I have, bright orange. Yeah, that's one of the shirts that I want. I don't want, even if I had unlimited money, I wouldn't have all of the Astros jerseys. But there are a few that I would definitely have. One of those would be the bright orange with Altuve on it. That would be a really cool one to have. But I would also like the Space City Connect jersey. I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having that. Got about 8 people listening in right now. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We are in break right now, the middle of the first. 3 up and 3 down for Fromber in the first inning. Just 9 pitches. Due up for the Astros in the bottom of the first. Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Diaz. First pitch to Altuve is just outside. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the next pitch from Lugo. That one's high in the middle of the plate. Fouled back and out of play, thankfully. That'll be strike 1 on Altuve. One ball, 1 strike on the little engine that could. Altuve with the 5 o'clock shadow today. Here comes the pitch. Right in the middle of the plate, 89 miles an hour, taken for strike 2. Man, that was the one you should have been swinging on. That was good, man. Right across the thighs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Lugo. He'll check swing. And they say it tipped his bat, so it's going to be strike 3, unfortunately. Altuve goes down with a A foul tip off the bat. Bad luck there. Here comes the first pitch to Jordan. That's a curveball right in the bottom left part of the zone, inside, strike one. It looks like Lugo has about 10 pitches in his arsenal. He even has a pitch called a slurve. I guess it's like a slider curve. Pretty strange. Here comes the pitch, fouled back. Alvarez has faced Lugo 5 times. 3 for 5. If I just heard correctly, Seth Lugo, the pitcher for the Royals, is from Shreveport, Louisiana. That's actually where I was born. That's hilarious. Foul ball. Count remains 1-2 to Alvarez. 0-2. I'm sorry. I thought it was 1-2. Here comes 0-2 pitch. High fastball, swing and a miss. He got Jordan. Strike 3. Man. Jordan missing that high fastball. That actually was a cutter, 90 miles an hour. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate, batting .297. Best batting average for all catchers right now. Here comes the pitch. That one's strike right there, low in the bottom of the zone, 93 miles an hour. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Diaz. Low and outside in the dirt. That's going to be ball 1. The count is even. Nothing doing for the Astros so far in the first inning. This has been a quiet inning overall for both the Royals and the Astros. 1-1's the count with Diaz. 2 outs. Here comes a pitch. High and outside. Ball 1. I'm sorry, ball 2. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Lugo. This one's hit up the middle. It's going to be caught by the second baseman, Garcia. He fires it over, and that'll be the third out of the inning. No problem for the Royals to get the Astros there. So that's it for the first inning, just like that, really quickly. The Royals and the Astros get through the top of the batting order, no problem. 6 up and 6 down. No hits, no errors, no runs, nothing. Just quiet baseball so far. Got a baker's dozen watching, following along right now. Thank you so much for being here. If you have a moment, I'd appreciate you liking the video. That will help me out, because the more likes I get, the more people will be shown the video. YouTube is very stingy about sharing channels and sharing videos. And basically the first month of this channel was an experiment for me to see if I could do it for a couple of reasons. One is to see if there was enough interest for me to keep doing the channel, because if I can't get enough followers, viewers, basically subscribers, then yeah, I should spend my time doing other things. I would like to keep calling the games, but there are 2 things that would keep me from doing that. One is what I just mentioned, lack of audience. And the second would be health issues, because I do have a cancer tumor on my kidney, and they say that there are some spots in my lungs, and so I'm dealing with that, taking some pretty strong medicine and going to the doctor regularly. As long as I'm health-wise able to call the games, and it's in demand. If people actually want to hear the games called, then I'll keep doing it. But if for some reason one or both of those things becomes an issue, then I'll definitely not be able to keep going. But I'd really like to see the channel grow to have at least a couple thousand subscribers. That would be great. I'm planning on calling the LSU Tiger games once a week also. football games. That way I can have something during the off season. Paul DeJong comes to the plate. He'll be the first batter of the inning for the Royals. Fromber steps on the rubber. Gets the call, and here comes the pitch. Strike one, swing and miss, 85 mile per hour changeup on that first pitch. Nice pitch by Fromber. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, right on the inside corner, 96 miles an hour. Strike two. 0-2 is the count. Here comes 0-2 pitch. Barely misses on the outside. A little curveball, 78 miles an hour. DeJong holds up. The count is 1-2. Nice try by Fromber to get that corner. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Another one out there, similar pitch, 79 miles an hour, but that one was a little further out. Misses the edge by about 5 inches. Count is even, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's bounced down the left field line, right past the bag, but foul. Just barely foul. Count remains 2-2. Here comes the next pitch from Fromber. Fouled away again. Behind the plate. The count remains 2-2. Astros have 4 starters under 3, an ERA under 3 this month. For the last 30 days. That's awesome. Ooh, next pitch just barely misses the inside corner. It's going to be a full count. Look how close this was. Fromber was ahead of the count, ahead in the count, 0-2, and now it's a full count. Here comes the full count pitch. That's outside. That's going to be a walk. Leadoff batter. How many pitches was that? 8 pitches. Is going to be on first base. Freddie Fermin comes to the plate. I don't think I've seen him yet. Fermin is the catcher today. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Another ball from Fromber. Here comes the next pitch. Right in the middle. It could be a double play ball. Painted to second. Altuve to first. They got the double play. All right. That's what we're talking about. So Fermin grounds out. Hits into the double play. Pena to Altuve. And then over to first. Looks like DeCenzo is at first base. Textbook double play. Nope, Caratini is at first. I'm sorry. Victor Caratini's on first today for the Astros. Nick Lofton is at the plate now. The first pitch to him is a strike in the bottom of the zone, 80 miles an hour. Nice pitch there. Lofton batting 199 for the season. Here comes the next pitch. Little outside, same speed, 80 miles an hour, but just missed the outside of the plate by a few inches, so the count is even 1-1. 2 outs, no runners on after that double play. Here comes the next pitch to Lofton. Lofton swings at this one and fouls it up high. That was a 97 mile per hour pitch right in the middle of the zone. It sails into the stands for strike 2. The count is now 1-2. DeLion, yo, what's up, man? Thanks for coming back. Glad to see you here. Not much going in this game so far. The double play a moment ago was the most action we've seen. 1-2 is the count to Nick Lofton with 2 outs. Here comes a pitch from Fromber. Curveball. Just missed the bottom of the zone. That evens the count 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's grounded to third. Dubon is at third. He fires the first and gets the out, no problem. Good play by Dubon. Good solid fielding. And that'll be the third out of the inning. The Royals are done. No damage. No hits. One walk. A double play and a grounder. And we are out of the inning. Seth Lugo will be back on the mound in the bottom of the second. Astros due up are as follows: Victor Caratini, Jeremy Pena, and Jason Hayward. After that, we've got Ben Gamel, Jake Myers, and Mauricio Dubon. It's pretty interesting because right now we don't have any newbies in the game right now. So neither DeCenzo nor Whitcomb are in the game right now. The lineup for the Astros is Altuve, Alvarez, who's batting DH, then Diaz, Caratini, Pena, Hayward, Gamel, Myers, and then Dubon. I think this is a pretty good lineup. You know, since Gamel has been with the Astros, he's brought his batting average up. He only had about 18 at-bats all season. He's still looking for his first home run. He was robbed of that the other day. It was almost gone. A fan touched it, so they ruled fan interference, and they gave him a double. Luckily, Myers came up and knocked both of them in right after that. But still, to see him and Caratini celebrating about that home run was so special, and then it was taken away. That was a bummer. Hayward is only batting .211 right now. He didn't see as much action with the Dodgers recently, but I still feel that this is a good pickup. I feel that whenever players like that come to the Astros, they just start doing better. I think that Hayward is going to see some really good days. Caratini's at the plate. The first pitch to him from Lugo is right in there for strike one. Here comes the next pitch. This might be that's going to be, it's hit out into left field. I thought it might be a base hit, but it sailed too much. That's going to be out number one. Fly out to the opposite field by Caratini. Nothing doing there. Out number one, Jeremy Pena comes strutting to the plate. Pena batting .270 for the season. But he's just 1 for 16 in the last 4 games. That's not good. Strike one on the inside corner. 92 miles an hour. 0-1. Here comes the next pitch from Lugo. That one bounces in the dirt and heads to the screen. Ball one. Wow, I didn't know that. Lugo pitched for Centenary in Shreveport, Louisiana. My gosh. Pena has a soft liner to shortstop. Catches it for the out, no problem. Out number two, just like that. That's pretty crazy, guys. Centenary is a very small college in Shreveport. I used to go by there all the time. I've been there several times, but I used to go up and down the road there. I lived nearby there. Literally like a 10-minute walk from there. That's pretty crazy. Jason Hayward is up to the plate right now. Takes the first pitch for strike one. Next pitch is in there. He grounds it to the first baseman. It's no problem. He's able to run over and touch the base himself. That'll be it for the Astros in the bottom of the second. Nothing doing there for the Astros either. So the Astros and the Royals not really threatening much at the plate right now. Pretty boring game. 3 up and 3 down again. So the first 6 batters for both teams have been retired. There are no hits and no errors. Eric Wallace, evening all. Good evening and good morning, I guess. It's 9:30 in the morning here. Speaking of morning, I need to pour myself a second cup of coffee. I definitely need it. Today I really need to focus on two things. One is, and the most important thing, it's practicing my Japanese and studying, doing my homework. The second thing is balancing my online teaching schedule. It's so scattered. The students can schedule anytime they want based on my availability. But I need to be getting at least 4 classes per day, 4 or 5 classes per day, in order to make enough money to cover my main expenses. But I went to the pension office many times, maybe 5 times I've been there over the past 2 months, trying to get some partial disability. And it seems like I might be able to get that, and if so, that will help me out. It doesn't pay for all my bills, but it would cover my medicines, medical treatments, and trips to the hospital. That's a big expense. My number one expense right now, actually. Framber Valdez is back on the mound facing Darian Blanco. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Next pitch is a little outside, about a foot. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Here in the top of the third, Blanco at the plate. Framber dealing. Low and inside, almost in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Framber. 76 miles an hour. Nice break on that ball and completely fooled him. Count is even, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, a little low and a little too far inside. That'll be ball 3, full count. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. This will be Valdez's 30th pitch, and it's a strike. Strike 3. Strikeout. Nice curveball, 79 miles an hour. Beautiful pitch by Valdez. How do you like them apples? You can see it in slow motion here, how much it drops. 1 out. Garrett Hampson is at the plate. First pitch is just a little outside for ball 1. I can put some more hot water in my coffee here. 1 ball, no strikes to Garrett Hampson. Here comes the pitch. That one misses also for ball 2. Framber steps off the mound for a moment, grabs a rosin bag. Now he's back on the rubber. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Hampson. Hampson swings. That one's fouled away over on the right side. Sails into the crowd. Most likely a souvenir for some slightly lucky fan. If there's something that an Astros fan wants more than anything, it's a Garrett Sampson Kansas City Royals foul ball. 2-1 is the count. That one is in there on the inside corner for strike 2. The count is even. That was a nice pitch. Perfectly placed sinker. He chatted with the umpire for a second. Hampson did. Looked like he was wanting to confirm. So is that where the inside corner is going to be? But that's right. It was right on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. No runners on. Here comes the pitch. Hampson swings at that one, but he manages to foul it off. That one was almost in the dirt. Staying alive. My second cup, my weak cup of coffee is almost ready. Fromber taking a moment on the mound. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Fromber. Holy cow. 80 miles an hour. Another pitch where the bottom just fell out. Identical to his last strikeout. Check this out. Boom. Fromber in a zone right now, baby. Fromber in the zone, baby. How many strikeouts is that for Fromber right now? 3? 4? First pitch to Tyler Gentry. Just barely misses for ball 1. 37 pitches now for Fromber. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Gentry. That one's outside, ball 2, 2-0. Fromber's getting some good ground balls and strikeouts, but he's also throwing too many that are missing the zone. He's causing his pitch count to go up. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in there. 96 miles an hour, low and inside. Beautiful pitch just taken for strike 1. 2-1 is the count. That was a nice pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch is low and inside, but that one misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. Tyler Gentry pushing the count up to 3-1. Fromber steps off the mound for a moment. Finally comes back up on the mound, and here comes his windup and pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss on a low fastball, 94 miles an hour. Perfectly placed ball right there. Count's full. 2 outs, no runners on, full count. Here comes the pitch to Gentry. Curveball, 78 miles an hour, hit high on the right side. Caratini floats over there, but it's going to be about 10 feet behind the dugout. He's not the elongated man, so he's not able to reach out there and get it. Full count. Here comes the pitch to Gentry with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. 3 straight strikeouts for Fromber in this inning. He strikes out the side, picks up, I think, his 4th or 5th strikeout. I'll verify that in just a moment. 3 up and 3 down again for the Astros. Fromber doing some serious work and damage to the Royals right now. Yeah, I believe that's 4 strikeouts for Fromber. Astros due up. The very bottom of the order. Ben Gamble will lead it off. Jake Myers, the powerhouse. And Mauricio Dubon, who has not only had some amazing defensive plays recently, but has also managed to get some timely hits that really have not just helped the Astros, but given them the win. Very pleased with Dubon's performance recently on both sides of the ball. Very happy to see him ramping it up right now. He's batting .257, not spectacular. But if Dubon can bat .275 at least in that area going into and during the playoffs, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy with that. Myers, however, Myers is one of those disappointing guys. I mean, he's batting .230. Sometimes he has a big hit. He had a big hit the other day when Gamble was robbed of his home run. Myers had a double and was able to score those runs that got called back. So that was good. But overall, the thing about Myers that's so good is his fielding ability. He's a really good outfielder. But Ben Gamble's at the plate right now. First pitch to him is outside by about a foot. That'll be ball 1. Now, Gamble is batting .306 right now for the season, but with the Astros, he's batting .385 so far. That pitch is inside and low, but in the corner for strike 1. The count is even. Still looking for his first home run. I hope I can see it. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Another pitch outside, 85 miles an hour. Ball 2. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's way outside again. So with 3 pitches way outside, Gamble has the 3-1 count. He might be in full swing mode if it's anywhere near the strike zone. This is his opportunity to hit one out of the park, that's for sure. Here comes the pitch. He does hit it hard, and it goes to left field. It's going all the way to the wall. It's out! It's out! I called it. I called it, guys. Ben Gamble with his first home run of the season with the Houston Astros. He lines it opposite field into the Crawford boxes. One of the lucky fans is out there able to get it. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So happy to see Gamble get that home run back. That's great. That's absolutely great. Jake Myers comes up to the plate, and he hits one to center field. That looks like it's going to be easily playable for out number 1, and it is. It's put away. 1 out fly out by Myers. We're going to show you that replay in just a second of that Gamble home run. I want you guys to see it. Awesome stuff. There it is. Opposite field, line drive home run. Looked like a Bregman home run, right? A line drive to left field. So great. Uh-oh. Dubon comes up. Very first pitch. Hits it out to right field. Base hit for Dubon. He's on base. Just past the second baseman. Astros have a runner on with 1 out. Oh, I didn't update the base pad, so now they're correct. Thanks, Dubon. He corrected it for me. Suddenly a lot of excitement in the stadium as Jose Altuve comes up, my personal hero. 1 runner on, 1 out. He struck out in the first inning. Here comes the first pitch to him, outside, ball 1. Astros with the first 2 hits of the game. Home run by Gamble. Single by Dubon, who's on first base now. Altuve at the plate. He fouls that one back. 92 miles an hour off the mask of the umpire, it looks like. 1 ball, 1 strike to Altuve. Come on, Altuve. Let's keep it going here, man. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Altuve. He swings and misses on the outside corner, low and outside. Couldn't get his bat on that one. That one was difficult. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Lugo. This is his 30th pitch of the game. That's tapped to the left side. It might be difficult. Altuve is able to beat it out, guys. Infield hit by Altuve. A nice little tapper to the left side. Third baseman grabs it and tries to fire over, but he had no chance to catch Altuve. Altuve beat that out handily. Dubon advances to second. Altuve's on first. There we go. 2 runners on. Yordan Alvarez up to the plate. He hits it hard, but it's going to be way high in the air. There's that replay by Altuve getting to first. Dubon tags up and goes to third. So Yordan flies out to center field, and it's deep enough for Dubon to get to third. So the Astros do have runners on the corners with that fly out by Yordan. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate with 2 outs, runners on the corners. Another opportunity to drive in another run. Just need a little poke into the outfield. A little pokeroonie. Here comes the pitch. Outside and low, almost in the dirt. 80 miles an hour, ball 1. 3 hits now for the Astros in this inning. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch to Diaz. This one's hit to the left side, but it's going to be right at the shortstop. A hard line drive, but straight at the shortstop. So that will be out number 3. And the Astros only come away with 1 this inning. But man, very happy to see that Ben Gamble home run. I figured that was a really good opportunity with a 3-1 count. If it was anywhere near the zone, that Ben Gamble could just unload. And he got the opposite field line drive home run, his first of the year. So great to see that. Casey Royals highlights. Go Royals. Well, good luck to you. All I hope for the Royals is that they don't have any injuries. But I hope they lose and lose miserably. But thank you for stopping in. Let's see here. We're on a little bit of a break right now in between innings. We are through 3 innings, guys. The Astros finally broke through in the 3rd inning with a Ben Gamble home run. And despite some extra base hits, two more hits, the Astros weren't able to drive in their runners. So they do strand a couple of runners on base. Despite 3 hits, they only come away with the 1 run from the solo shot. But they've got the lead 1-0. Royals still have yet to come up with a hit. Coming up in the top of the 4th, Valdez will be facing Michael Garcia, Bobby Witt Jr., and Salvador Perez. 43 pitches for Valdez so far in the game. Take a quick look to see what we've got going on with the game stats. Got about 10 people listening or following right now. Thank you for being here. Got 8 likes on the video. If you have the opportunity, please like the video. It will help get me more exposure to more Astros fans or baseball fans. Help my channel grow, and the more my channel grows, the bigger the chance that I'll stick around. Fromber's back up on the rubber, getting himself sorted out. Michael Garcia in the box. Here comes the first pitch. Curveball right in the bottom of the zone, strike 1. Good way to start the inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Garcia. Ooh, swing and a miss. Identical pitch, 79 miles an hour, but that one was a little lower than the zone. Got him to swing and whiff at it. Look at this, what a good pitch. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the next pitch to Garcia. Ooh, that one was nice and close. Fromber really wanted that one. 96 miles an hour. It kind of floated to the outside of the plate. Garcia took it for ball 1. The count's 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Another curveball. 79 miles an hour. That one's fouled harmlessly to the left side. Wow. Lowest slugging percentage against a pitcher since 2018. Fromber is number 1 at 206. That's insane. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Bounced foul again on the third base side by Garcia. Garcia got the nice bling necklace on. Second lowest opponent batting average belongs to Fromber. That one's hit to right field. Jason Hayward easily floats over and grabs it for the first out. A little line drive fly ball out, the first of the inning. Garcia goes down. That'll bring up Bobby Witt Jr. I think he also had a fly out in the first inning. Witt is actually about 0 for 5 so far against the Astros in this series. That's what I'd like to see. Here comes the next pitch, or the first pitch rather, from Fromber. Swing and a miss. Wow. What a beautiful pitch. 91-mile-per-hour changeup to get Witt with that first swing and miss. Oh and 1 is the count. 50 pitches now for Valdez, and here comes the pitch. High fastball, just barely misses. Counts even 1-1. One ball, one strike to Bobby Witt Jr. Fromber Valdez deals. Nice pitch on the outside corner. 78-mile-per-hour curve. Strike 2. Witt just watched that one come in. Here comes the next pitch. Curve low in the zone. 79 miles an hour. Fouled away by Witt. Count remains 1-2. One ball, two strikes, one out, no runners on. Here's the pitch from Fromber. Witt swings and misses. Strikeout. Another strikeout for Fromber. I think that's 5 strikeouts for Fromber. Nice curveball, and that gets Witt. Boom. Witt is now basically 0-for-6 against the Astros this series. That's nice. Salvador Perez is up to the plate. Perez was able to give a... Well, his first at-bat in this game was a strikeout. He was able to do a little something yesterday. I think that he was able to reach on an error, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Perez? I think it was Perez that reached on Pena's error. I might be wrong, so don't quote me about that. 2 balls now. That's the second ball to Perez. 2-0 is the count with 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch from Fromber. Hit really hard. Wow. That was crushed. Wow, that one was insane. It was crushed. You got to see this. This ball was hit so hard, foul, but look, it bounces off the top deck and back into the field. Watch this. Doink, and back out onto the field. Do you see that? That was crazy. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. A very dangerous foul ball there. Here comes the next pitch. That one's fouled. Bouncer down the third base line. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Valdez. Perez swings, and it bounces right back to Valdez, who lobs it over to first. And that'll be the out that the Astros need to finish up this inning, out number 3. Little tapper, no problem for Valdez. He just scoops it up, lobs it over. Out number 3. 3 up and 3 down again for Valdez and the Astros. Valdez has a no-hitter going through 4 innings. Astros up 1-0 with 3 hits. I sure would feel a lot more comfortable if the Astros would begin putting more points on the board. I mean, games like this would be impossible to win if we didn't have a decent pitcher on the mound, right? Got about 14 people following, listening in. Thank you for being here. Right now, we are in the middle of the 4th. The Astros coming up in just a moment are Victor Caratini, Jeremy Pena, and Jason Hayward. Caratini, Pena, and Hayward are each 0-for-1. Hopefully the bottom of the batting order will get something going here, like Gamble did in the last inning. Ben Gamble has his first home run of the season, guys. His last at bat on a 3-1 count, he put it into the opposite field stands. A line drive home run for his first of the year. and the first run of the game for the Astros. After that, a couple of the Astros were able to get hits. Dubon got a hit. Altuve got a hit. And then from there, it just kind of went downhill. Jordan flew out. Diaz grounded out. And that ended the inning. But Victor Caratini is up. Will he be batting left-handed or right-handed? Probably left-handed. And he is. Here's the first pitch to him. He was a little close to the plate, but that was in the top inside corner for strike one. Caratini thought that was a little close, but he was just close to the plate. 0-1's the count. Here comes the next pitch to Caratini. That one's way inside for ball one. Counts even. He did manage to get the bat on the ball the last at bat. He flew out. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Caratini. That one's tapped foul. Bounces off the catcher. It's kind of funny to see the catcher put his hand back and wait for another ball from the umpire, but the umpire has already thrown the ball out to the pitcher, and the catcher's still like looking around like, where's the ball? He doesn't realize the ball is going out to the pitcher. It's funny. 1 ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss. 81 miles an hour on that curveball. Caratini with the strikeout. He goes down on strikes. Goes down swinging. Boom. That brings up Jeremy Pena. Pena did have a soft liner his last at bat to the shortstop. See if he can do something this time. He hits that one harder out to left field. Looks like it's going to go all the way to the wall. It does. It's off the wall. Pena's going to get to second easily. He cruises around second, but it looks like he's going to hold up with a double, a one-out double for Jeremy Pena off the wall in center field. Excellent hit by Pena. He contacted that one a lot better. I mean, he put his bat on it his first at bat, but that one, he had a laser out to left field off the wall. We've got a speedster on second base. It's a really good opportunity. Jason Hayward comes up to the plate. Very first pitch to him is a little low for ball one. 89 miles an hour on that pitch. He had a really nice double yesterday. Very important to get the first couple of runs of the game for the Astros. 1-0 is the count. The 40th pitch from Lugo is coming up. 78 miles an hour curve in the top of the zone called strike. A little high, but that evens the count 1-1. Pena on second with 1 out. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Hayward in the box, waiting for the pitch. Lugo finally comes set. Here's the delivery. Way high. Man, that one's a little wild. 89 miles an hour. Catcher had to stand up to get it. Ball 3. You can see how high this one was. Almost got away from the catcher there. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Hit hard. Wow, what a rip, but foul. Holy cow. Hayward lets it go on that 3-1 pitch, but comes around way too early and destroys it down the first baseline. Full count, 3-2. Lugo back up on the rubber. Here comes the pitch to Hayward. Oh, Hayward swings and misses that one. High fastball up in the zone, 93 miles an hour. That's disappointing. Very disappointing. Strikes out on that high fastball. Man. Wonderful opportunity for Hayward to get another RBI there. Wasn't able to come up with it. That brings up Ben Gamel. Ben Gamel, his last at bat, had his first home run this year. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Here comes the next pitch. Gamble hits that one down the first baseline. Really hard, but foul. That'll be strike two, 0-2. 2 outs, Pena on second base. We got a speedster on second base. Let's not waste it. Just a single, just a simple single would be enough to score him. I think Pena will be off and running on any contact. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Right in there for strike three. Ben Gamble goes down looking. Man, the crowd is completely silent on that one, and I am too. I don't know what to say on that. Just very, very disappointing when you get Jeremy Pena on base with just 1 out, and you strike out with a high fastball, and then you strike out looking. You strike out looking. Astros strand Pena on second base and don't add to their lead. 1-0. The score remains. Astros up over the Royals going into the top of the 5th with 4 hits. Framber Valdez coming back to the mound in the top of the 5th with a no-hitter so far. I believe that it might be DeJong that comes up. I think that's right. Paul DeJong, Furman, and Lofton should be the batters for the Royals coming up in the top of the 5th. Take a quick look at the chat. Anything going on here? Nothing right now. Got about 10 people here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening in. Do remember to like the video if you can. If you like the Stros, or if you're interested even in the Tigers football games later on, you can subscribe to the channel and get updates. As long as my health permits and it's financially feasible for me to continue doing the channel, I'll keep doing it. I really hope to keep doing it. But we'll just see how everything plays out. Every time it seems like my health starts to improve, it seems like I get another issue. It's so up and down like a roller coaster. All right, first pitch coming. That one's in the dirt. Ball 1. Not sure exactly what's going on there. It looked like Diaz might have been hurt. That was kind of weird. Yeah, he starts to walk it off, then he asks for a new ball just quickly. 1-0 is the count against DeJong. That one's also in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the third pitch from Framber. Little inside, but umpire liked it. Strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one was really close, just barely missing the edge, but ump was like, yeah, that's my style. Another one on almost the exact same spot, 93 miles an hour, but that was called ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit to Pena. Pena gets it on a bad hop, fires the first, and he got him at first. That was a good play by Pena. That was not an easy catch. It was a simple ground ball, but it had a bad hop. Pena was able to nab it and make the play. Out number 1, Freddy Fermin comes up to bat. He grounded into a double play his last at bat. Here comes the first pitch from Framber. Hit hard again. Pena gets it. Jump throw to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. Framber is laughing and pointing at Pena. What an amazing play by Pena. Backhand and then toss across the diamond on a running throw, and is able to get him at first base. What an amazing defensive play by Pena right there. So after a bad hop catch, He makes an amazing play with a backhand and wonderful throw all the way across the diamond to get out number 2. How in the world? They were lucky that that was not Garcia, because if it had been Garcia, he'd have beaten that. Wow. Great play by Pena. 2 outs. Nick Lofton is at the plate. Fromber is on the rubber. Here comes the first pitch to Lofton. This one's grounded to third. Dubon gets it. He fires to first. And they got him. Another great defensive play. Holy cow. The Astros working really hard to preserve that no-hitter by Fromber. A nice running scoop by Dubon and a fire over to first base to get that third out. Look at that. Boom. That's great. That's the exact same type of hit with that bouncer that Pena missed yesterday. He had an error where the ball came down and just went right under his glove. Cost the Astros some runs. Man, what an inning. Fromber still has the no-hitter going on through 5 innings, thanks to the absolutely wonderful defense by Pena and Dubon. Dubon getting it done, man, on both sides of the bat, or both sides of the ball, rather. Let's hope he can come through again. He's going to be due up here in just a moment. Jake Myers will be the leadoff batter, followed by Dubon, and then Jose Altuve. 7 people following right now. Thanks for being here, those who are here. Thanks for liking the channel. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing. Any comments that you guys have, I appreciate. I don't have a poll up right now, so maybe I can put up a poll, but I need a question for the poll. Okay, how about this? When will Tucker return? Reds series. Next series. Diamondbacks series. Not until October. Okay, see what you guys think. Give you a few options there. First pitch to Jake Myers is in there for a strike, 0-1. And the question I always have is, will Myers get the Myers count, the 0-2 count? Here comes the pitch from Lugo. That one's low outside. Myers avoids the Myers count. Good job. He did have a line out in the 3rd inning. He's over 1 today. Here comes the next pitch, the 1-1 pitch. That one's hit hard out to right field, but into the stands for strike 2. That is the 50th pitch of the game for Lugo. Myers calls for timeout, does a little practice swing. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Lugo. Myers, oh my gosh, is that really a strike? Oh gosh, that was out of the zone and called strike 3 by the umpire, but it was clearly out of the zone. Take another look, guys. You can see here. How do you call that strike 3? They actually showed it from the side. I want you guys to see it. Look at the replay from the side. They'll show it in just a second. Right here. Look at this. Look at that. That was up by his shoulder. And called strike 3. That's crazy. Dubon comes to the plate. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Second one is hit to the right side. First baseman tosses it to Lugo, who steps on the base and puts away Dubon, no problem. So that's out number 2. Just like that, Dubon goes down for the second out of the inning. That brings up Jose Altuve. We're back to the top of the batting order for the Astros. Can the Astros start scoring runs right now with 2 outs? They've done it a few times recently. Let's see if they can do it again. Altuve is 1 for 2. He had a single his last at bat. Here comes the first pitch from Lugo. Altuve swings at that one. A pitch outside, 89 miles an hour. Fouls it away to the first base side and into the stands. Strike 1. Oh, and 1's the count. Here comes the pitch. That one's right in there, taken for strike 1. 92 miles an hour right in the middle of the plate. 0-2. He's got the Myers count on him. Altuve waggling his bat around. Here comes the next pitch. That one's way outside for ball 1. 1-2. Two outs, no runners on. 1-2 pitch on the way to Altuve. Check swing in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2. Good eye by Altuve. Not going around on that. Here comes the even 2-2 pitch. That one's about a foot off the plate. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if Altuve does something here. It gives Jordan a chance to come up. Right in the heart of the plate, swinging foul ball. That's going to go out of play. Count remains full at 3-2. Come on, Altuve. Either get a hit or a walk. Give Jordan a chance. Swing and a miss. Swung under it. 93 miles an hour. Man, how did you swing under that one? I guess he thought it was going to break, but it didn't break. Strike 3. Altuve goes down swinging. But at least he didn't go down looking. That was right in the zone. Can't be too upset about it. Just disappointing that he didn't hit it. It was a very hittable ball. Unfortunately, that's it for the Astros in the bottom of the 5th. We're going to go into the 6th inning, just 1-0 still, guys. Astros with 4 hits and 1 run. Kansas City with no hits, no runs. This is a pitcher's duel so far. Seth Lugo from Shreveport, Louisiana, my hometown. I was born there, and when I was a baby, my mom and dad moved us to Houston. Lived there until I was about 7. My dad was working at Armco Steel. They started doing all these mass layoffs. He was a welder there. And because of all of those jobs in the U.S., all those steelworking jobs going to China, all over the U.S., steelworkers just started losing their jobs. My dad, instead of trying to find another skill or figure out something else, he just moved us around. So he took us out of Houston. That's actually one of the things I wish had never happened. I wish that he had never moved us out of Houston. I wish we had stayed. It would have been better for my life, better for my schooling, better for my everything, education, everything would have been better. I would have had more opportunities. I'd have been closer to my grandma, closer to other family. I did have some family in Louisiana on my dad's side, but the thing is, we had already built our lives. When you're 7 years old and all you've known is living in Houston and being around that area, and your friends there are there, your school is there, the family that you know is there. Everything is there that you know and love, and then you're just taken out and moved away. And we weren't just moved once; we were moved many times. So my dad would take us. Now that I look back, I think it would have made more sense for him to just go work those places if he really felt like he needed to go work there. Because these are like shutdowns. If you know what a shutdown is, basically a factory that's doing a bunch of overtime with a lot of workers, and once that work is finished, they lay everybody off. Maybe it lasts just a few months. Darian Blanco comes to the plate, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Fromber back on the mound for the Astros here in the top of the 6th, or bottom of the 6th, or what? Bottom of the 5th. My bad. Wait a second. It is the top of the 6th. MLB's score on the screen has not updated. I don't know what's going on, but they're still showing it as the bottom of the 5th, but it's the top of the 6th. Don't listen to that nonsense. Ball 2 to Blanco. 2-0. Top of the 6th. No runners on, no outs. Here's the pitch from Fromber. That one's low and inside also. 3 straight balls from Fromber, all low. 3-0 to Darian Blanco. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's low also. 4 pitches, all low. And Darian Blanco is on base. Leadoff runner for the Royals on 4 straight pitches from Fromber, all in the dirt. That brings up Garrett Hampson. 0 for 1 today. Here comes the pitch. Hit hard. Line to Pena at shortstop. He nabs it and fires the first, trying to get the double play. But he was able to get back to first just in time. Almost a double play there. Take a look at this. A line drive shot caught by Jeremy Pena in the air. Almost gets the double play. Almost the first hit of the game. Good catch by Pena. 1 away. Runner still on first. Tyler Gentry comes to the plate. Okay. Blanco's trying to steal second. Bad throw to Altuve. It bounces off the ground and luckily not too far away. Runner cannot advance to third. Here's the replay. Not a good throw by Diaz. So Gentry is safe at second. So 1 out, runner at second. Here comes the next pitch. Gentry. He fouls it off on the left side. Gentry struck out his last at bat. 1-1 is the count right now. 1 out, 1 runner on second. Here comes a 1-1 count pitch from Fromber. That one's low also. 2 balls and a strike. Fromber shaking off a couple of calls. Looks like he's got what he wants now. Here comes the pitch. That's a bouncer over into the batter's circle on the Royals side. Strike 2. The count is even, 2-2. Pam says, I heard on news Tucker was supposed to start either on September 2nd or 5th. No rehab. Yeah, I'll talk a little more about that in just a minute, Pam. I saw them interview him earlier. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gentry. Here comes the pitch from Fromber. This one's hit way up in the sky. Should be an easy play. Pena and Altuve are under it. Pena gets it. Altuve was pretending like he was catching it. That was funny. Very cute, Altuve. Take a look at this. Look at Altuve. Altuve on second base right there, pretending like he's going to catch it, right? Pena catches it and then pretends like he's going to lob it over. Whoop. These guys are hilarious. 2 outs now. Michael Garcia comes to the plate. First pitch to him is on the inside corner. Could have been a ball. It was close, but the umpire liked it. 94 miles an hour. Strike 1. 2 outs. Runner on second. That one's a bouncer to Pena. He's got that one. Should be an easy play to first, and it is. That's it. 3 outs. No hitter through 6 for Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez gets the bouncer to Pena. Pena doing a lot of good work this inning. Man, that's great. Still no hits for Framber. 6 innings of no-hit ball. The Astros need it, too, because they've only put 1 run on the board thanks to Ben Gamel's first home run of the year. I want the Astros to score some runs, but, man, if the Astros win this game 1-0, I'm going to be so happy for Gamel to have the only run in the game. That would be great. But, yeah, Pam, they did an interview with Kyle Tucker earlier. I saw it in the pregame show. That's one of the things that I've tried to start doing when I'm able to, is get up a little earlier, because the first 30 minutes before the game, they have a lot of pregame stuff. some of that pregame stuff is stupid or pointless. Things that don't matter, don't have anything to do with anything really. But they do occasionally have some interviews or updates that are important, things that I can share with you guys. So I decided to start doing my best to pay attention to those things and listen to those things so I can share with you. And according to Kyle Tucker himself, he said two main things. One, he said that it's possible that he may make an appearance in the Reds series, which is the very next series the Astros play after they finish this Royal series. And he also said that if not that one, perhaps the one after. So either in the Red series or the series against the Diamondbacks. That's very soon. That's within the next week to 10 days or so. We could see Kyle Tucker. The second thing that he added was that, of course, the main thing was to make sure his body was ready for it and that he doesn't injure himself. So he's been doing some work out in the field, shagging fly balls, throwing the ball, running around, doing some stuff, doing some exercises and things like that. So that's straight from Kyle Tucker himself. Jordan Alvarez is up. While I was giving you that update, he got 2 strikes. I don't know how that happened. That next pitch from Lugo comes in. It's high for ball 1-2 against Alvarez. Apparently I missed the first 2 pitches. They were low in the zone. Here comes the next pitch to Alvarez. That one's tapped to the left side. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be the weakest base hit of Jordan's career, probably. Just a little tap to the left side, and he gets on first base with a leadoff hit. Look at this. How ridiculous is this? Boom. That's so ridiculous. And the funny thing is, look at Alvarez laughing about it with the first baseman. That's the comedy continues. That brings up Yainer Diaz, guys. We've got a runner on first base. First pitch to Yainer is a swing, but he fouls it back and away for strike 1. 1 runner on, no outs. Jordan at first base, Yainer Diaz at the plate with an 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Lugo. That one's a little low, ball 1. 1-1. Good take by Yainer, good call by the ump. 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Yainer Diaz. Here comes the pitch. Way outside, ball 3. Pretty sure that was just a bad pitch placement for Lugo. 3-1 count. Here comes a pitch to Diaz. Diaz swings. That's a high fastball. Fouled up. Is that going to be playable? It's going to go right over the back of the Astros dugout, so thankfully that's not playable, but it will make the count full. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I really do admire these catchers for having to play these positions this position because I played it part-time for a guy in high school who had a decent fastball, but none of the other players could catch a fastball with the mid. It would just bounce out. Another foul ball by Diaz, high in the zone, fouled back. Jordan was off and running on that one, actually. He's going to have to go back to first. Another full count coming up. 70 pitches now for Lugo. But I could actually catch with the catcher's mitt, no problem. But I don't have really good knees for squatting, so I hated catching. So I'd have to catch for him, just that one pitcher I would catch. And whenever he would come out of the game, then I would go back to second base. But I hated catching so much. But I was good at catching the ball and good at throwing runners out. Coach wanted me to stay at catching full time, but I said, heck no. I'm a second baseman. This hurts my knees. So I only agreed to do it for that one pitcher. Supposedly there's a pitch comm issue. The pitcher, Lugo, has the Fermin come out. Pitcher Lugo Fermin, little meeting on the mound. Fermeeting on the mound. Okay, they break it up pretty quick. Seems they're on the same page. Astros with 5 hits now. Jordan on first base with no outs. Yainer Diaz with a full count, having fouled off a couple of pitches, trying to make something happen here. Here's the next pitch. This one's hit hard. It's going to be a base hit into left field. Jordan's going to move to third. No. No, he will not get to third base. He will only get to second. He holds up. Probably for the best. Probably for the best. Jordan not a speed demon. It looked like he was making the turn over there, but he went back. He stopped, went back. Astros with runners on first and second. Their 6th hit of the game. Victor Caratini comes to the plate with no outs. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss low in the zone on a curveball. Fly out and a strikeout today for Caratini, batting .273 for the year. Not quite sure what his record is with runners in scoring position, or his average, rather, his record. Caratini is 5 for 15. I don't know. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's another one. Another curveball in the same spot, but Caratini doesn't go for that one. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 hits for the Astros. Runners on first and second with no outs. Jordan and Diaz both reaching on singles. Here comes the next pitch to Caratini, right in the bottom of the zone. 89 miles an hour. Good pitch to swing at, but he let it go and called strike 2. That one was right there. Here's that strike. Oh, no. Another curveball below the zone, but Caratini was not able to lay off on that one. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's out number 1. Disappointing at bat for Caratini. Man. Clicked on the wrong tab there. I got my highlight tab pulled up. I'm going to go ahead and close that tab, so I don't keep clicking on the wrong tab. Royals have a meeting on the mound for a moment. Looks like they were still having problems with the pitch comm. They finally get it worked out. Lugo's looking for the call. Looks like he's got what he wants. Jeremy Pena is now at the plate. He hit one off the wall his last at bat. Be nice to see another one of those. Here comes the first pitch to Pena. Low, ball 1. 91 miles an hour. Pena doesn't even bite on that one. 1 for 2 today. Batting .271 for the season with 14 home runs and 60 RBIs. Here comes the next pitch to Pena. Another one, 91 miles an hour. Low, taken for ball 2. 2 similar pitches in a row. Skating in just under the zone. Pena ahead in the count, 2-0. 1 out. Jordan and Diaz on base. That one's a foul ball. Also low in the zone, but looks like it could have been a strike. Fouled away by Pena. Count is 2-1. Astros can't miss this opportunity to score. They must score. I think Pena is going to be able to do it here. Just a decent hit, but he's been hitting the ball hard this game. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That was low and outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now check this out. If Pena walks, Jason Hayward will come to the plate with bases loaded. That would be a big opportunity for him and the Astros. But I'd love to see him do something. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Pena. That one's hit out to right field, all the way to the wall. It looks like it's going to be to the warning track. It is caught. Jordan will be able to tag and go to third. Yainer has to stay at first. The crowd went crazy there for a moment. They thought it was going to be a home run. But he got it far enough out there to get Jordan to third. So he does advance at least Jordan to third, but now there are 2 outs, runners on the corners for Jason Hayward. Hayward with another opportunity here for an RBI. All it would take is a single. First pitch from Lugo. Hit hard, way up in the sky. That looks like it's going to be playable. It's over in foul territory. Catcher's over to get it, and he puts it away right in front of the Astros dugout. Unfortunately, what a disappointment. One swing from Hayward, and he fouls out over right in front of the Astros dugout. I mean, just a couple of feet in play. Look at that. Nothing for the Astros. What a disappointing inning. Astros have runners on first and second with no outs, and they come up empty again. My cynical side wants to say, typical Astros batting. Stranding runners on base. Let's get hits, and let's get guys on base, but let's not actually bring them home. Let's not get any runs. 6 hits for the Astros on only 1 run, and that was a solo shot by Ben Gamble. It reminds me of that game several games ago that Bregman hit that solo shot in the very first inning, and then we went through most of the rest of the game without anybody scoring anything. Astros kept stranding runners like crazy. I think they stranded more than 13 runners that game. It was ridiculous. Right now, by the way, do you guys know the difference between left on base and stranded runners? Basically, stranded runners are the runners that are left on base at the end of the inning. So if you have a runner on and you get 3 outs, you stranded 1 runner. But left on base is a stat that goes per player. So, for example, if there's a guy on first or second or third and a guy comes up and grounds out, that's a left on base. If the next batter comes up, gets the second out, that's also a left on base. And then the third guy comes up and gets out, that's another left on base. That's 1 stranded runner, but 3 left on base in 1 inning. Does that make sense? So if you actually look at right now the Astros left on base, it looks really bad. Okay, the Royals have 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 left on base this entire game. Astros have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 left on base. Jordan had opportunities with runners on to do something twice and failed. Diaz twice failed. Caratini twice failed. Pena twice failed. Hayward 3 times failed. Gamble once failed. Just to give you an idea of how the Astros have failed this game with leaving the runners on base. It's ridiculous. With that little rant out of the way, Bobby Witt Jr. is at the plate. Framber Valdez is back on the mound. Delivers his 79th pitch to Witt, and that's low for ball 1. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit off his leg, bounces in the dirt and bounces off his leg. Strike 1. Hey, bud, how's it going in Japan after the storm? Excalibur Force, thanks for asking. I appreciate that, man. Actually, the main damage that was done was extreme western Japan as it was approaching the coastline. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice pitch, nice curveball by Framber. He continues to get Witt on that curveball, low in the zone or low below the zone. But basically, after the typhoon got to the actual coast, it kind of stalled and the power left. There's a grounder. Witt hits it over to Dubon at third. Dubon throws over to first, gets him no problem. Out number 1. Still no hits for the Royals. Here's the ground out right here. Hit hard by Witt, but handled no problem by Dubon. Great play there. Here comes the next pitch by Valdez. Did that hit him? Salvador Perez gets hit on the elbow, just barely. He's going to get a first pitch walk off that hit by pitch. You can see it right there. Yeah, he didn't try to get out of the way of that one. He just took it a little glance off his elbow. Paul DeJong comes to the plate. Very first pitch to him. Change up 90 miles an hour. Swing and a miss. Strike one. One out, one runner on after that hit by pitch. Just barely got him. You know that he was allowing that to hit him. I mean, I would too. Can't blame him. As a batter, that's what you're supposed to do. I used to have a coach who would get angry when you wouldn't allow yourself to get hit. Here comes the next pitch. Bounced foul for strike two. Swing and a tap foul. Paul DeJong, whenever he hit that one, it sounded like this. DeJong. One out. One runner on first. 2 strikes on Paul DeJong. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Fromber. This one's hit hard down the third baseline, but foul. He ripped that one. Count remains 0-2. That DeJong joke kind of reminds me of the Boeing joke I made the other day. I saw a video of this spacecraft, and I used the term spacecraft loosely, of a Boeing spacecraft. Next pitch, strike 3. Curve in the dirt, but a swing and a miss by DeJong for strike 3. But when I saw the video, you can look it up online. You can see this Boeing spacecraft video where they're taking it down the road. They're transporting it with a big truck, and one of the windows pops off. And I said the sound it made when it popped off was boing. I know it's cheesy, but it's funny to me. Boing, boing. It makes sense. First pitch to Freddie Fermin is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. 1 runner on first. Here comes the next pitch. Wow, foul ball off his foot. That'll be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last I heard, 3 lost their lives. Imagine what it was like before we had an early warning system. Yeah, man. You didn't have a whole lot of time, but I will say this. Once you get used to living in Japan and being close to anywhere, even in Houston that has hurricanes, you kind of know it's coming. You have some time to get out or do something. Ooh, nice pitch right in the zone. Curveball, 79 miles an hour. Half swing by Fermin just completely fooled him to get strike 2. The count is 1-2. That was a nice pitch by Valdez right in the zone. Long delay on the preview there. Take a look at that. Boom. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 79 miles an hour. Good thought by Valdez. He just missed his spot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Freddie Fermin. That's in the dirt. Wild pitch. The runner's easily going to advance to second base. That was terrible. That's a full count as Perez easily walks to second base. I know that was a terrible pitch, but I'm surprised that Yiner didn't catch it. He catches that stuff like it's nothing. But that was a terrible pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on second. Here comes the full count pitch, guys. Fromber delivers. Did he go around? They say he did not. Check swing. Ball 4. Right on the outside corner. Close. Very close. Valdez is not happy about that at all. And they're showing the replay. Wow, he definitely went around on that one. Oh my gosh. If you look at it from the side, it seems clear that he went around. The umpire did Frommer a disservice there. Look at this. You can't tell me that that's not a strike 3. How is that not a strike 3? But now the Royals have runners on first and second with 2 outs, thanks to a hit by pitch and a strike 3 called ball 4 by the umpire. Still no hits for Fromber. And at the top of the 7th, just 1 out away from getting through the 7th here. 93 pitches for Fromber. He obviously won't have a full game today, but it would be nice to see him preserve the no-hitter. Hector Neris is warming up in the bullpen. Here comes the first pitch to Nick Lofton. That one's a little low, 94 miles an hour, ball 1. 2 groundouts today for Lofton. 1-0. Here comes the pitch from Fromber. Lofton takes that one. That one's even lower, 95 miles an hour, almost in the dirt, ball 2. Hopefully, Fromber will be a little calm here. Make some good pitches. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's in the bottom of the zone, 93. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lofton not even thinking about swinging at anything yet. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. He swings at that one, fouls it off at the plate. And he's laughing about that swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. Take a look at this strike right here. That's strike 2. Crowd is standing on their feet, cheering, while hoping to get that 3rd out. That's strike 3. We'll see. Runner on first and second. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fromber says he can't hear. And now he's got the pitch call. He's on the rubber. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 right in the outside corner. Got him looking, guys. Fromber gets through the inning with a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. All he could do was stand there and watch it. What a beautiful pitch by Fromber. He gets the strike 3. That's the end of the inning. Boom. Bam. Right there. No doubt about it. That's awesome. Fromber gets through it. So despite the hit by pitch and the walk, Fromber is able to gather himself, get that strikeout to end the inning. 7 innings of no-hit baseball from Fromber Valdez, guys. Not a perfect game, considering how he has some walks and a hit by pitch. But no hits, no runs. That's awesome. The Astros have 6 hits, 1 run. And that's the score of the game. Ben Gamel's solo shot being the only run so far. Going into the bottom of the 7th. Speaking of Gamel, he's due up for the Astros, followed by Jake Myers and Mauricio Dubon. You know, there were a few deaths. I was going to say, Excalibur, get back to your point about the typhoon coming into western Japan. I'm in Hiroshima, and it was actually supposed to come straight through. When it got to the west coast, it was supposed to turn, and they said it was going to go straight through where I'm at right now. It did pass through the south, or just to the south of me, but the thing is, before it ever even got here, it had already been downgraded to just a tropical storm. And the far west coast of Japan is what took most of the damage as it was approaching. But as it made landfall and it stalled there for a while, the wind speeds went down, down, down so quickly. As it started to move inland, it was not considered a typhoon anymore. Right now, if I look at the storm system up online, I think I closed that window. But if I look at the storm system up online, it'll still show, but the pressure from it is almost nothing. So, I mean, if you look outside right now, it's kind of cloudy but sunny. It's not raining. It's all good. First pitch to Ben Gamel is right in the outside corner for strike 1. That looked like it could have been called either way. Here comes the next pitch to Gamel. That one's tapped down the first baseline. Pitcher runs over to first to cover. He's there. That'll be out number 1 for the Astros. Right now, everybody's congratulating Valdez in the dugout. There's Gammel's ground out to first. 1 away. Jake Myers is up. You can see everyone congratulating Valdez in the dugout for 7 innings of no-hit ball. But likely he's done. He's up to almost 100 pitches, so probably won't see him in the 8th inning. First pitch by Jake Myers is fouled down the left side for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Myers. Outside, ball 1. 1-1. Myers avoids the Myers count. Line out and strikeout tonight for Jake Myers. Still stuck around 229 with his batting average. That one's low and outside for ball 2. 2-1. Lugo now with 87 pitches. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Lugo. Myers lets that one go. That one's also down and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, no runners on. Here in the bottom of the 7th, here's the next pitch from Lugo. That one's low too. Ball 4. 4-1. Myers gets on with a walk. We'll take it. I need to change the base pads. They are incorrect. There we go. There's just so little action in the game. I keep forgetting to change the base runners. There's the walk right there. Wow. Jason Hayward is a 5-time Gold Glover in right field. That's awesome. 1 runner on for Mauricio Dubon, who's up to bat. That one's another one low and outside. A lot of low and outside pitches right now from Lugo. Dubon did have a single in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2 today, batting .258 for the season. Hoping for Dubon to bring that batting average up to at least .275. Here's the next pitch. Myers was actually running on that play. Dubon swings and fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers will trot back to first base. Jose Altuve due up after Dubon. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Yeah, Lugo fires over to first instead. Myers is back, no problem. The crowd boos. I really wish the crowds would stop doing that. Come on, it's a part of baseball. What is the point of booing because they try to pick your guy off at first? This pitch is fouled away to the right side. That's going to be strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brian Abreu is now warming up in the bullpen. It looks like they will skip Harris and go straight to Abreu. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that right now. 1-2 with 1 out, 1 runner on. Here's the pitch to Dubon. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a disappointing at bat. Didn't even look like a good pitch to be swinging at. I'll give you guys a look at that right here. Yep, high and outside, terrible pitch to be swinging at. But that brings up my hero, Jose Altuve. He's 1 for 3 today. He does have a single for the day. Kind of a quiet day so far. Swings at the first pitch, and that's going to go into center field, and it's going to be playable by the center fielder. So he threatens to get a base hit, but hits it a little too hard. Center fielder is able to come in and grab it. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning, and that'll do it for the Astros. We go into the top of the 8th. And that's Altuve's fly out right there. It looks like Brian Abreu is going to be in, so I'm going to go ahead and change that on the screen. Astros strand yet another runner on base. Fromber appears to be done for the day. Brian Abreu, despite having a history of being a good pitcher, a strong pitcher, a scary pitcher. He has come into some games and completely blown them for the Astros recently. He blew a game the other day. He blew a big game versus the Phillies the Astros had in the bag. I actually want to pull this game up and show it to you. Pull up the game cast. Yeah, the game yesterday, Abreu actually tried to give that game away. Astros luckily came back and won it. But I'm not so sure about how comfortable I am with Abreu coming into this game. Right now, Astros haven't been able to do much. 6 hits, but only 1 run with that solo shot from Gamble. Abreu is now on the mound facing Michael Massey. Here's the first pitch to him. High for ball 1. As long as Abreu can keep from putting base runners on, I think he'll be all right. But he has to just not give up base runners. First swing by Massey is fouled down the first baseline. That'll be strike 1. 1-1 is the count. Here's the next pitch from Abreu. That one's a little low. 97 miles an hour, just below the zone. Ball 2, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one's hit hard to center field. Myers is underneath. It should be okay. And it is. He puts it away for the first out of the inning. Garrett Hampson coming to the plate now. One out. First pitch to Melendez is on the way. He's pinch hitting, left-handed batter. Pinch hitting for Garrett Hampson. Massey pinch hit for Blanco, the last at bat, by the way. He's the guy that flew out just now. First pitch to Melendez is a ball. Next pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Abreu takes a little breather. Steps back onto the rubber. Gets the pitch that he wants. Pitch call he wants. Here comes the delivery. Swing and strike 1. Man, that was a give-up swing. A little half swing slider inside and low, but completely fooled him. Got that strike 1. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Hit up the middle. Pena's over. Throws to first. He's got it. 2 away. There's the strike 1. That was dangerous. Pena's able to save the hit up the middle with a scoop and throw to first. 2 outs, no runners on. The no-hitter continues. Who's batting now for the Royals? Tyler Gentry is supposed to bat, but they bring in a pinch hitter, looks like. Yep, Isbell. Kyle Isbell. Or Isbell. Swing and a miss on the inside lower corner, 86 miles an hour. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch from Abreu. 0-1 with 2 outs, no runners on. That one's in the dirt, ball 1. 1-1. The count is even. I'm out of coffee. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. Very close game, 1-0. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Isbell. It's going to be a base hit. The no-hitter is over, guys. Kyle Isbell comes in, a third-string hitter, batting .230 for the year. He hits an opposite field single off of Brian Abreu, breaks up the no-hitter for the Astros, and they have a base runner with 2 outs. Opposite field. If I'm not mistaken, Isbell's the guy who had an opposite field double. Might have been off Abreu. 1 runner on first base. Michael Garcia's at the plate. Check swing. Did he go? The umpire gives a really long wait, a long delay before he finally says safe. Ball 1. 2 outs, runner on first. 1-0 is the count to Michael Garcia. Here comes the pitch from... Nope, Abreu goes to first. Safe at first. Pickoff move does nothing. Yeah, by the way, I was right. Isbell, this guy, this third-string guy, batting like 220, 225 or whatever, he's the one who did hit the double off of Abreu and cleared the bases. Opposite field, too. Just like that one, opposite field. I guess Abreu didn't learn anything from the last time he faced the guy. Second pitch is ball 2, outside. Garcia with a 2-0 count. Here comes the next pitch from Abreu. Nope. Again, he goes to first. Isbell's back. Might be running now. Two balls, no strikes to Michael Garcia. Brian Abreu delivers. High and inside, ball 3. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about, guys. If Brian Abreu doesn't let a runner get on base, then it all kind of stays together. But I feel like once they start getting on base, it kind of falls apart. 3 balls, no strikes with 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Probably going to be going on this pitch. Here comes the pitch. Right in there, 96 miles an hour. Garcia was taking it all the way. 3-1 is the count. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. This one's hit high in the air out to right field. Hayward is underneath it, calls for it, puts it away, no problem. That's out number 3. So Abreu gets through it somehow after giving up a hit, breaking up the no-hitter that the Astros had going. I think it could have been avoided if he had just remembered that batter that scorched him yesterday. Then he would have been able to get past him, I think. But he made another boo-boo. Astros lose the no-hitter, but they managed to hang on to their lead 1-0 going into the bottom of the 8th. Hopefully the Astros batters can do something in the next 2 innings to add to their lead, because 1-0, that's a very dangerous lead to have. Yordan Alvarez will lead the batting off for the Astros in the bottom of the 8th, followed by Yainer Diaz and Victor Caratini. Let's check out the chat and see what's going on. Captain Matumbo says, is Witt Jr. batting again? Oh, I'm sure he's going to be leading off in the next inning. In the top of the 9th, he'll be leading off. So the answer to that is yes. I can't imagine why they'd pull him. He is like 0 for 6 or 0 for 7 so far in this series, but I can't imagine that they will be pinch hitting for him. Pam says, me too, but I'm almost ready for bed. Better not drink anymore. What are you drinking, Pam? I've been drinking coffee. I've only had coffee and milk this morning. But it is 11 a.m. As soon as this game is over, I am going to get myself into the kitchen and make, I think, a sandwich. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you want to go to sleep, you probably shouldn't be drinking coffee. I thought you were drinking like beer or alcohol or something. I was going to say that would definitely make you pass out. Have a glass of wine, that might help. 5 votes. Will Tucker return 40% say not until October. 40% say the Diamondback series. 20% say next series. So most of you think that he will not be back for the Red Series. It would be nice, but like Tucker said, I don't want him to come back too early and get hurt, right? It's more important that he comes back healthy. Carlos Hernandez is in the game now for the Royals on the mound. See if I can get his picture updated on the screen. He is facing Yordan Alvarez. First pitch comes in. That was a bouncer in the dirt inside near Yordan's feet. Ball one. Here comes the next pitch to Yordan. That one's hit hard to right field, but it's going to carry straight to the right fielder. Man, that was a really hard, nice drive by Alvarez, but right into the glove of the waiting right fielder. He had it played in the right spot. That brings up Yainer Diaz. Yainer Diaz with one hit today. He's been left on base 2 times. Fouls the first pitch off for strike 1, 0-1. Next pitch to Diaz on the way. That will be a ball. Third pitch, hit up the middle by Yainer. It looks like it's going to get through, and it does. Yainer Diaz on base again with his second single. Back-to-back base hits for Yainer. Right past the diving shortstop to get himself on base. Perfectly placed, just right up the middle there. Caratini comes to the plate. He hasn't done anything today. Couple of strikeouts. First pitch to him is high, 97 miles an hour, a good foot out of the zone. Ball one. One out, one runner on for the Astros at first base. Caratini at the plate, 1-0. This one's hit really hard to right field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Diaz is around second, hit it to third. Caratini cruises into second with a double off the wall. What a rip to right field. Holy cow, that was a rip. Caratini comes alive and just crushes that ball out to the wall. Nice bouncer all the way to the wall in right field. Take a look at this. Boom. Perfectly placed there. Diaz is able to get all the way over to third. Now we have runners on second and third with one out. Man, if Pena had been on first, he would have scored on that play for sure. But speaking of Pena, that brings him to the plate. Jeremy Pena has been hitting the ball hard. KC now having a meeting on the mound to discuss the situation here. Pena does have a hit today. Was left on base a couple of times. Royals already have another reliever going in the bullpen. The meeting on the mound is broken up by the ump. Hernandez is back up on the rubber, getting ready to deliver his first pitch to Jeremy Pena. What if we see something saucy like a bunt down the first baseline? That would be funny. Here comes the first pitch to Pena. Sweeper, swing and a miss. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was a slider. It looked like a sweeper. I don't think I've seen a slider move so far. 0-1, swing and a miss. Man, bad pitch to be swinging at. That was way outside. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Pena. That one's low, but called strike. Man, just barely gets the bottom of the zone. Come on. 0-2 is the count against Pena, just like that. Come on, Pena. You can do it, man. I believe in you. Here comes the pitch. That's hit. into center field. It might be deep enough. Will it be? Yainer is tagging. He's coming home. Here comes the throw. The throw goes to third. Astros score. He didn't even try throwing it home. Yainer is probably one of the fastest catchers, if not the fastest catcher in the MLB. He's able to get home no problem. So Pena is able to get that ball just far enough to score Diaz. Astros up 2-0, so they get at least one run this inning. Caratini stays on second base wisely. That's going to be it for Hernandez. Hernandez is coming in to sit down. Royals have another pitcher coming in. I'll let you know who that is in just a moment. But guys, Jason Hayward is coming to the plate again. He's 0 for 3 today, but he has yet another opportunity for an RBI. Astros with 8 hits now, but only 2 runs to show for it. Stranding so many base runners today, as usual. I'm so tired of talking about the Astros stranding base runners. It's so old. Let's see how many left on base they have right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 left on base. That means that there were 14 opportunities for the Astros to bring a runner home, and they didn't. They weren't able to do it. 14 times. The Royals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty bad. But Fromber was really on today. 1 hit so far for the Royals through 8. 8 hits for the Astros and only 2 runs. But right now they have runners on the corners. No, I'm sorry, not on the corners. They have a runner on second. Jason Hayward is due up to bat. Anything going on in the chat? Let's see. How many likes do we have on the video? 12. Guys, my goal is 20. Come on, give me a like on the video. Get me up to 20. I really need to get to 20. Actually, what I've noticed is that there is a big difference between the amount of people that come in, the exposure that I get, the number of views, and action in the live chat based on likes. Once the likes get to at least 20, it seems that YouTube gives me a lot more exposure to a lot more people, and I'm able to get a ton more views, more subscribers, and more comments in the chat. So help me out if you can. If you haven't liked the video already, I do appreciate you doing that. Jason Hayward stepping into the box, facing Daniel Lynch, the 4th. All right. Well, apparently the count is already 1-1. Not really sure about that. That next pitch is low below the zone, called strike 2, 1-2, just like that. What in the world is going on with this umpire right now? Next pitch is in there, taken for strike 3. Hayward does absolutely nothing. He goes down looking. Look at this pitch. This one is low, called strike 2. I'm not even going to bother showing you the 3rd pitch because it was right in the zone. Hayward had no... Wow, that was so uneventful. The Astros had a runner on second. Hayward comes up and strikes out looking. One of those pitches was on the umpire, but that 3rd pitch, that strikeout pitch, was on Hayward. Yeah. That's it for the Astros in the 8th. They only get 1, but 1's better than nothing. 2-0 Astros going in the top of the 9th. All they have to do is shut down the Royals in the 9th, and that will be it. So who's coming in for the Astros in the 9th? That's the big question. Is it going to be Presley or Hader? I'm going to take a guess and say that it's Hader. Let me change it on the screen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. They're showing that highlight again that I hate so much. Shohei Ohtani hits his first home run with the Dodgers back in April. Who cares? Who cares? Show us the first home run that Altuve hits with the Astros. Show us that one. That's more interesting. I mean, if it's... Are they going to show Ben Gamel's first home run of 2024 with the Astros? Are they going to show that as a highlight? No, because he's not Ohtani. They give way too much attention to the Dodgers and Ohtani. He's just a DH. Here comes the pitch from Hader. Strike one. Bobby Witt Jr. with a swing and miss, facing Josh Hader. Here comes the second pitch really quickly from Hader. Another swing and check swing. They call it a strike too. Quickly 0-2. Hader's up on Witt Jr. That was the first pitch. Here comes the third pitch. On the ground to Pena. Pena's got it. He fires the first. And is a bad throw, but that was a bad hop. It looks like it's going to be another hit. Probably going to be a hit. Witt does reach base. So that was a really hard hit, and it bounced right on Pena as he tried to catch it. But Witt was already to first by the time Pena got it. But they're going to say it was actually an error? Is that right? Yeah, they're going to call that an error. Oh well. Lead run is on base. Salvador Perez is up. Takes the first pitch inside for ball one. So with the error, Witt gets on base. That next pitch is on the inside corner, strike one. Hader evens the count 1-1 with that 96-mile-per-hour pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Witt Jr. on first. Here comes a pitch from Hader. Swing and a miss, low in the zone, 86-mile-an-hour curve. 1-2. By the way, Witt Jr. is 0 for 8 in these first two games. This one's fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Here's that second pitch. Second strike, rather, to Perez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first, no outs. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Well, actually, Hader takes a moment, steps off the mound. Now he's back on the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Now he fires the first. Almost gets him there at first base. Witt Jr. looked like he was leaning, like he was going to go. Hader tossed over to first. He wants a ball change now. He rubs it up, resets the pitch clock. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Perez. Hader comes set, and here's the delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 97 miles an hour, up and out. Gets a whiff with that high outside fastball. 1 away. That brings up Paul DeJong. Take a look at this whiff. I'll show it to you. Here's a nice whiff by Hader. Boom. First pitch to Paul DeJong is a swing and miss. Another high fastball, 95 miles an hour. Strike 1. 1 out. Witt Jr. on first base. DeJong at the plate with an 0-1 count. Here comes the 10th pitch by Hader. This one's hit hard to left field. All the way to the wall. It's going to be gone. Are you kidding me? Hader gives up a 2-run home run, and the game is now tied 2-2. Paul DeJong batting .236 for the year. .236. Hits a home run. Ties the game off Josh Hader. Thank you so much, Hader. If Brian Abreu can't do it, you sure can. How do you like that? I'm not even going to show it going like, who cares? 1 out, no runners on. The good news is there's no base runners right now. Bad news is the game is tied. Astros are going to have one chance to win this game in the 9th inning. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter, Freddie Fermin. Inside corner, strike one. I just kind of had a feeling. I told you guys before, the Astros can't really get by with scoring just 1 or 2 runs to win the game. They really have to put more runs on the board. These relievers, man, what is their deal? Swing and a miss, strike 2. Right by the Shipley donut sign. That makes me sick. I love Shipley donuts. The chocolate with the walnuts on top, that's my favorite. It's like a cake donut. Man, it's awesome. How dare the Royals desecrate the Shipley donut sign. 0-2 is the count. Here comes a pitch from Hader. Swing and a miss. Got him strike 3 up in the zone. That's what you needed on the last batter, my friend. 2 outs. Game's tied. Good grief, Hader. Man, the Astros relievers, I swear to God. What in the world is with them? Astros starters go through so many innings and give up almost nothing, and the relievers come in and just start dropping runs to the other team like it's nobody's business. I just don't get it. Ball 1 to Nick Lofton. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Hader. This one's hit sky high and in play on the infield. Caratini's got it over at first, and he catches it for the 3rd out, no problem. But the 2-out home run by Lofton ties the game up. So we're going to go in the bottom of the 9th, tie game 2-2. Despite having a no-hitter through more than 7 innings, Hader gives up a 2-run shot, and just like that, we're tied going into the bottom of the 9th. The Astros have one opportunity to get 1 run and get this game back in the bag. All they need is 1 run, just 1 run. And who's coming up to bat? Ben Gamel, the guy who started off the scoring with his solo home run. How nice would it be for Gamel to have a 2-run home run game? It would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's for sure. Pam says, I don't drink alcohol of any kind. That's probably good. I don't drink alcohol now either. I was never big on alcohol, but right now I don't drink it at all. And that's because of my kidney issue, because of the tumor on my kidney. Can't be drinking alcohol, plus I don't need the sugar. Home run now. Yeah, well, that's what we need. We need a home run. All we need is just 1 home run. Gamel definitely has the power to do it. He's already hit 1 out this game. He has one of the only 2 runs in this game. One of the only 2 RBIs in this game for the Astros. I swear. You know, that error by Pena costed them again. That home run could have been a solo shot if not for that error. Astros would have just won 2-1. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. James MacArthur is on the mound for the Royals. He's going to be facing Ben Gamel. Here comes the first pitch to Gamel. Curveball, 83 miles an hour in there for strike 1. First at bat, Gamel had a home run. Hasn't done anything since then. He's 1 for 3 today. Another curveball in there for strike 2. So the first one is inside for strike one, and the second one is outside for strike two. Here comes the third pitch by MacArthur. He's got a 4.36 ERA. This one's hit hard to the right side. Second baseman has it, fires to first, no problem. Gamble goes down with a ground ball. I hope that isn't how the Astros are going to go out this inning, just these weak ground balls. One away. That brings up Jake Myers to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Myers definitely has the power to put one out if he can get a good hit. First pitch to him is outside and low for ball one. 1-0. 84 miles an hour on that pitch. Crowd is loud but not cheering. They're just murmuring very loudly right now. They're not very happy. 1 ball, no strikes. High and inside, 86 miles an hour, called strike one. 1-1 is the count. That was close. Right on the corner. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. High and inside again. This one fouled off the fists and into the first base side crowd for strike two. 1-2. Myers calls a timeout. Takes a moment to take a couple of practice swings. He's back in the box now. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Myers. 1 out, no runners on. There's a base hit to the right side. Just pokes it through. Opposite field hit by Myers between the first baseman and second baseman. We have a 1 out base runner now. Myers with a weak little hit to the right side. Too long of a delay on that replay there. There we go. That brings up Mauricio Dubon with Jake Myers on first. The coach and all the infield is over to chat with the pitcher. Got 7 guys at the mound right now. Everybody's over to chat about this, but John Singleton is going to be batting for Mauricio Dubon. They just updated that. They bring in the left-hand bat, John Singleton. One out. Runner on first for the Astros. John Singleton, Big John Singleton comes up to bat. Is he going to be Single McSingleton right now, or is he going to be Big John and send one into the stands and give the Astros back their 2-run win? Let's see. Here comes the first pitch from MacArthur. Curveball in there around the inside corner, strike one. Singleton, is he just playing with MacArthur, giving him a sense of victory, but snatching it away from him at the last moment? Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Hit hard to right field, but that one is not going to make it very far. Singleton hit the ball and did a bat flip, but he did not hit the ball hard enough for the bat flip. I'm not quite sure why he flipped the bat there. Gave it a ride. It was a nice hit, but just right to the outfielder. Out number 2. Runner stays at first. Take a look at this bat flip right here. It's like you thought he had something going, and then it's just a fly out. Here comes my guy, Jose Altuve, with 2 outs in the 9th, guys. 1 runner on. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a sweeper or a slider. 88 miles an hour, swing and a miss by Altuve. Strike 1. Man, it's down to my hero. Come on, man. Come on, Altuve. The crowd cheered as he walked up to the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch from MacArthur. Altuve waggling the bat around. Here comes the pitch. This is hit hard to left. It's going to go all the way to the wall. It's up on the wall. It's off the wall. And it's going to get away from the outfielder. It looks like they're going to score. Jake Myers all the way to the plate. Jose Altuve with a game winner double. Off the wall, guys. Off the wall. Jose Altuve walks it off. My hero, Jose Altuve, little Altuve, walks it off in the ninth inning, off the wall, almost a home run. Boom. Look at this, all the way to the wall, and it kicks off the wall. It gets past the outfielder. Jake Meyers runs his butt off and is able to score. Jose Altuve with the walk-off home run. Walk-off double. Almost a home run. They are celebrating and dumping ice on Altuve. That's freaking awesome. I can't do anything but applaud that. Absolutely wonderful. I'm so happy to see Altuve, of everyone, getting that hit. It got down to the last guy. 2 outs in the ninth inning. Altuve drives in the game winner in Minute Maid Park. Walks it off. That's the reason why he's my hero. This guy can do anything. 6th walk-off for the Astros this season. This one courtesy of Jose Altuve. They dumped the ice water bucket on him. Man, they were celebrating. That was great. What a great game. Man, I wish I could have been there for that game. That's so awesome. Man, I can't get over that. That was great. I want to see that ice. I want to show you guys when they're dumping the ice on Altuve. I want you to see that. There's the ice right there. They're interviewing him now. Okay, this is the 46th multi-hit game for Altuve this season. So Altuve had the single earlier in the game and then was kind of cold after that, but he came back with this hit off the wall and was able to win it for the Astros. Three to two. They're chatting with Altuve right now. This is the Astros' 11th win for the season with 3 or less runs. It's hard, though. It's hard to win when you have 3 or less runs, and that's why I was saying they needed to score more. Luckily for the Astros, they had Altuve to drive in Meyers all the way from first. What a big hit, man. What a big hit. The minimal hit that was needed to drive in that run. It kicked off the wall, went right past the left fielder. Meyers was able to score. It was great. I'm going to pause the game right there because I want to hear the interview with Altuve later. But, guys, yes, Altuve forever. Mr. Antonio, I absolutely agree. My man, Pam, mine too. It's our man, right? He just missed that home run, though. But still, it was good enough. Altuve is good enough. Astros win that game. How amazing was that? Let's take a look at the scoring summary for the game. For those of you who don't know, Fromber had an amazing no-hitter going on. Abreu came in and got a little sketchy, almost giving up some runs, and he did wind up breaking the no-hitter. But it wasn't until Hader came in the ninth inning that the Royals were able to score and tie up on a 2-run shot. Hader continues to have a problem giving up home runs. But here's the scoring summary. In the bottom of the third, Ben Gamel got his first home run of the season, 356 feet, and I believe his first home run in the past 2 years. Big hit for him. Astros were up 1-0. There wasn't another run scored until the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th. Pena hit a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Diaz, a much-needed insurance run for the Astros. But when Hader came in the 9th inning, he gave up a 2-run homer to Paul DeJong, which scored Witt. The only reason Witt got on base is because Pena mishandled the ball, a grounder, getting him on base. And with that 2-run shot, the Royals tied the game up in the top of the 9th. But Jake Meyers got on base with a single to the right side, and with 2 outs, Jose Altuve came up and hit it off the left field wall, a double that scored Meyers all the way from first base. A walk-off win, a walk-off hit win for the Astros and Jose Altuve. The pitcher of the game was definitely Framber Valdez. Valdez went how many innings? 7 complete innings with 7 strikeouts, no hits, guys, and just 3 walks. He did hit a batter also. That wasn't a big deal. The guy basically just kind of held his elbow out there and got hit on the elbow. But almost perfect game for Valdez. Abreu came in, and actually, by the way, it wasn't Abreu that gave up the hit. Through 8 innings, the Astros kept a no-hitter going. Hader gave up the first hit in the 9th inning, and it was a home run. Wouldn't you figure it? Doesn't it make sense? It's like didn't Blanco have the no-hitter recently, and then Hader gave up the grand slam or something like that and lost the game. I don't even want to think about that. I barely remember it because I don't want to think about things like that. It's too traumatic. But Valdez, his ERA lowers even more to 3.11, and his record is now 13-6. What an excellent performance by Valdez, and a heroic finish by Jose Altuve. Now, whew, man, Astros win the first 2 games against KC. Very close game today. Similar to yesterday, the Astros were leading. They give up the lead, and then they come back and are able to win it. Really awesome. What about tomorrow? Let's do that right quick. Let's see what's coming up tomorrow for the Astros. I think I can do it on the screen down here so you guys can see it. Let me just click on the Astros here. We'll look at the schedule. There it is. Schedule. Let's scroll down to here. So Astros have won the last 3, so that's great. If we look at the last 10, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Astros have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So finally, the Astros are 50%, 5-5 over their last 10 games. Yesterday and the day before, even with those 2 wins, the Astros were only 4-6 over their last 10. So with this win, they move even, 5-5 over their last 10. Hopefully they get another win tomorrow, and then they will be 6-4 over their last 10. And that's exactly what it should be. They should be at least at 60% throughout their schedule, I believe. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, game tomorrow is going to be, I believe, very early. I don't have my reading glasses on, so it's a little difficult for me to see the details. Let me take a look. Okay. Yeah, you see here it says Sunday, September 1st, 8:10. This is my time, guys. I am in Japan, so the game for me tomorrow is 8:10 in the morning. I will be doing the live play-by-play again tomorrow, so if you're interested in listening in, then I hope you can be here for that. And I will be calling the game. Who's going to be on the mound? One of my favorite new guys, Yusei Kikuchi. He's from Japan. He played for one of the teams here in Japan for a while before moving to the U.S. and playing in the MLB. He's been doing really well with the Astros so far. Looking forward to having another good game with him. He's going to be facing Cole Reagans. 10-8 with a 3.28 ERA. It's a pretty good ERA. But hoping the Astros light him up tomorrow. Let's hope so. And that's pretty much it for now. Don't really have anything else to add, except for thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys coming in, liking the video, subbing, leaving comments, participating in the poll and all of that kind of stuff. Mr. Antonio Forever says our closers have to do better. I absolutely agree. The 2 biggest issues that the Astros need to lock down, number 1 is stop stranding the freaking base runners. That's very, very important. Number 2, equally important, the relievers have to stop blowing the games. I can understand if you give up a run here or there, but consistently giving up multiple runs, I mean, think about how crazy it is. Now, I'm not being picky, all right? I'm not being picky. If you really think about it, guys like Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, Spencer Arrighetti, Yusei Kikuchi, they go through like 6, 7, 8 innings, and they only give up a few runs, maybe 1 run. maybe 2 runs, maybe 3, maybe none through most of the game. They do all of this grinding, striking guys out, getting ground outs, getting double plays, getting fly balls, and they get you right to the end of the game. You only have a couple of innings left, and you bring in a reliever who's paid millions of dollars to do 1 inning, just 1 inning at a time. He comes in and gives up the lead or gives up the game. What are we paying these guys for? What do they do in their free time? Their only goal should be, when they practice, they don't allow hits. They strike out everybody. They should have the best control, the best energy. And that's one of the other things I don't quite understand. They talk about these guys need more rest, or like if Hader or Brian Abreu, they come in into too many games in a row, they talk about how they don't have enough rest. Maybe they're fatigued. What? They're fatigued from pitching 1 inning, just 1 inning? I mean, shouldn't you be able to feasibly pitch 1 inning every single day? Maybe 6 days a week and have 1 day of rest. Couldn't you do that if you just pitched 1 inning every day? But when they do that, it seems like the commentators say that they're just worn out or they need a rest. But really, are they? If you pitch 1 inning 6 days a week, when you have other pitchers who are pitching 7, 8, and sometimes 9 innings in 1 game, and then doing it again less than a week later. My mind has a problem thinking about that comparison. I don't know about you guys, but this is what my mind thinks. I don't quite understand why a pitcher is, quote, tired and needs a rest because he has thrown 2 innings this week. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. To me, there's no excuse for a big money guy like Josh Hader coming in and throwing home runs and giving up leads. Or guys like Abreu giving up grand slams, loading the bases, grand slams, and then following that up with giving up doubles and completely blowing a huge lead. How do you do that? Your job is to come in 1 inning and get 3 outs. If you give up 1 run, fine. But in a big game, when you've got a decent lead, a 3 or 4 run lead, and you give up 5 runs, how can you do that? And then turn around and do it again in your next start, and then threaten to do it again in your start after that. It's beyond me. Mr. Antonio says Josh Hader has an issue getting that final out. I'm always nervous. Yeah, with him I'm a little nervous, and lately I've been nervous with Abreu. I'm glad to see that Presley had a good inning yesterday. I was kind of half expecting them to maybe bring Presley in for the 9th inning. And now I wonder how differently it would have turned out if they had done that. Maybe we would have finished with a no-hitter, and the Astros would have won 3-0. Could have been. We'll never know. But anyway, that's it for now. I appreciate you guys listening to my rant, listening in for this game, being here for all the support. I appreciate it. Going to be back tomorrow morning. For me, it's going to be tomorrow morning for Astros Game 3 with the Kansas City Royals at home. Great game with Jose Altuve, my hero, walking it off for the Astros today. And until tomorrow, I'll say go Stros, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.